we need to talk about a pretty chilling paradox. What if the very AI tools that you're using to speed up discovery are the exact reason your greatest work never gets protected? Let's dive into how that can happen. And just so you know, all the material we're covering today comes straight from Chapter 10 of a tutorial on AI security from Virtualization Options LLC. So just imagine this for a second. You are right there, on the verge of a massive breakthrough. We're talking years of work, millions of dollars in investment, all coming down to this one moment. Now, what if I told you that trying to work a little bit faster, a little bit smarter, could make it all just disappear? Look, for any R&D team out there, AI is absolutely revolutionary. It promises to basically supercharge the entire process of invention. But, and this is a big but, that speed comes with a hidden cost, one that can be catastrophic. On one hand, the promise is just incredible, right? AI can chew through mountains of data, it can come up with new ideas, it can review decades of literature in minutes. But on the other hand, there's the peril. Every single question you ask, every data set you upload to a public AI, that's a potential leak. It can create something called a public disclosure, which can completely kill your patent chances, leak your entire research strategy to rivals, or expose your trade secrets before you're even close to being ready. So, what are we really talking about here? What's actually at risk? This isn't just about some abstract ones and zeros. We are talking about the core building blocks of your company's future. Let's break down exactly where the dangers are. Just take a look at this list. This isn't theory. These are the things researchers do every single day. And with public AI, they become massive gambles. You upload some experimental data to get a hand with the analysis, boom, you might have just publicly disclosed it and killed your patent. You ask an AI to help you write up your prototype specs, you may as well have just emailed the design to your biggest competitor. Every one of these shortcuts can turn into a complete disaster for your intellectual property. Okay, so that's the theory. But let's talk about a real-world case. Now, the names and specifics are blacked out for legal reasons, but the lesson here is painfully clear. This is a story that every single person in R&D needs to hear. So here's the setup. We've got a major pharmaceutical company. They're working on a new drug, something that could be worth billions. And the person who accidentally sets off the disaster, a senior scientist who, honestly, was just trying to be more productive and get their work done faster. And this is where it all goes wrong. I mean, look at the sheer amount of sensitive information that was fed into public AI tools. This was not a small mistake. To get help with their work, the scientist uploaded everything. The core data showing the drug worked, descriptions of how it worked, the chemical structures, the company's secret patent strategy. I mean, it was the entire blueprint for a multi-billion-dollar project, just handed over. Now, the way they found out about this wasn't some dramatic hack. It was actually discovered during a boring, routine patent review. But the consequences, they were anything but routine. They were absolutely devastating. The first hit came from their own lawyers. After reviewing what happened, they concluded the AI uploads were almost certainly a public disclosure. That one action put the whole project at risk, and it forced an immediate multi-million-dollar write-down on the program's value. Just like that. Then the problem went global. See, here's the thing about patent law. In most of the world, if you publicly disclose anything about your invention before you filed the patent, you're done. Your patent is invalid. So by feeding all that research into a public AI, the company very likely lost the ability to get a patent in every major international market. The value of their global IP, it dropped to zero. And then you have to think about the people, the team. A full 15 months of research, all that hard work, all those late nights, was basically thrown into question. All of it was put at risk by a few well-meaning copy and paste keystrokes. So here's the bottom line. When you add up the lost patent rights and the huge hit to the company's valuation, the total financial damage was, well, it was staggering. We are talking hundreds of millions of dollars vaporized because of a mistake that was completely avoidable. Okay, so how do you stop this from happening to you? The answer isn't to just ban AI. That's not realistic. The answer is to build a secure system around it. So let's walk through the essential playbook for protecting your work in this new age. It all starts with the basics. First, you've got to classify your data. Your teams need to know what's top secret and what's not. If you don't know what's a secret, you can't protect it. Second, create a legal firewall. You need a rule. Nothing goes outside the company, and that includes to an AI, without a legal review. Third, don't just tell your team no. Give them a safe alternative. If you provide a secure, powerful in-house AI tool, they won't feel the need to go use risky public ones. And finally, get on the same page with your research partners about the rules. Next, you have to back this up with solid processes. For any research that's under strict government regulations, the rule has to be simple. No public AI, period. But rules are useless if people don't understand why they exist. You need to train your researchers specifically on patent law and these AI risks. Then, you build in a safety net, a review process before anything gets published that specifically checks for AI usage. And finally, you can't just hope for the best. You have to actively monitor and audit how AI is being used. Trust but verify. At the end of the day, all of this really comes down to a major shift in how we think. Protecting your research isn't just the lawyer's job or the security team's job anymore. It's a core part of being an innovator today. Let's be really clear about this. AI is an amazing tool. It is going to help us make discoveries that we can't even dream of right now. But we have to treat this incredible tool with the respect it deserves. Security can't be an afterthought you tack on at the end. It has to be baked into your research process from day one. So, as you start bringing these amazing tools into your lab, you have to ask this one critical question. AI gives you the power to invent the future, for sure, but who has the power to make sure that future actually belongs to you? The answer has to be everyone on your team, and the work starts right now.